Bork.
Oh, it's been so long since we used this. I had to reapply my microphone settings. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to...
Oh.
Hello.
They can hear us?
Yes, they can hear us.
Okay.
Hello,
Keith
everybody.
David.
George Lucas.
Frankie
Lawrence
the dog.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, that's a good one.
Character actor Margot Martindale.
Lawrence Fishburne's coming up a lot lately. But welcome back, everybody, to another exciting edition of Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos. I hope you're all prepared for more adventures in the city of Dis. But before we can get to any of that, we need to go around the horn and introduce our players for the evening, starting with TheropodArt.
Hi, hello, it's me, back from my trip from Japan. It was very nice and lovely. Hi, hello, y'all know where to find me. Blue Sky, Tumblr, Fur Affinity, TheropodArt, Lizard Fun Bags if you want to see the naughty stuff. Also over on Twitch, gonna start streaming again soon. Gonna start getting back into the groove of it. Commissions are open again. Because I decided to say, fuck it, fuck my day job. I'm going to 2 days a week, and I'm getting back into streaming and commissions. Cause fuck that place. Yeah, so if you want a commission, email me or DM me on Discord or send smoke signals. I don't fucking know. I'm not your mom. Other than that, if you like this D&D show, Tuesdays we got Vecna, You've ruined.
Supposedly.
That happens. Watch it. It's good. That's it. That's me.
Right on. Up next, we've got XanillisGrimm. Excuse me.
Up next, we got Frankie.
Tonight's session, XanillisGrimm, will be played by one Frankie McKinley.
Oh.
See, I was a bit upset with the recaps at first, but I'm seeing the vision here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a dog zone joke in here.
Bow wow. Boof.
Where are my
But
dogs
hi.
at?
Hello, it's me, letting the dogs out. Aside from that, you can catch me over at my Blue Sky at XanillisGrimm, where I post everything I do when I do it. But aside from that, coming up, I think I've got... Oh, right, Those Who Wander on Sunday at twitch.tv/burnoutvaughan at 2:30 p.m. PST. We back. So if you want to see some more goodness within the domains of dread, specifically within the lands of Cardigus, come by and check that out. And on Monday, twitch.tv/XanillisGrimm for some more Stalwart Souls. We are 2, maybe 3 sessions away from being completely done with that story. We're at a good part of the final arc. If you want to catch that, come on in. And then Tuesday, twitch.tv/DistortionDevil, 1 p.m. PST, we got some Vecna Eve of Ruin, or Thero might commit a crime. So hopefully it's the former, not the latter. Then Thursday, twitch.tv/MontyGlue at 7 p.m. PST, we have some more Dungeon of the Mad Mage. We're also a handful of sessions at most from being done with that. And so we want some level 20 goodness. Come on over to that. And aside from that, that's me.
Excellent, excellent. Up next, we've got Tixdixl.
Hi, hello. You can find me all over the internet at Tixdixl, where first and foremost, I do want to kind of plug this. We do in fact have a YouTube, and VODs are going up there now. That's a thing. But in terms of streams, you can find me, as Zan said, this Sunday for some more Those Who Wander over at Burnout Vaughn's channel. Sometimes on Mondays, you can find me over at the Amusing Thalia's channel, where sometimes we do stuff and sometimes we play games. It's a fun time. Fridays, you can find me here playing this game. And then every other Saturday, you can find me over at Burnout Vaughn's channel and on my channel for a doubleheader. That's what I got going on. Thanks for having me.
Right on. And up next, we've got the Citric King.
Hi, hello, I'm Cedric. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Cedric King. Everywhere being mainly Blue Sky and then all the other places. Well, Blue Sky when it works.
Uh,
Other than that, I'm pretty busy at the moment, looking up to stuff that I can share in the future. But for now, well, I cannot really say full scale that because that's going to be on hold for a bit. But I've been doing art for that. So if you've seen the tokens or the overlay, that's my handiwork.
Thanks, Bosco.
So that is pretty much everything on my end for now. For now.
for now.
Excellent. And we could not do this without our amazing GM, Amusing Thalia.
Hello, I am Leah, aka Amusing Thalia. I am here doing this on Fridays. I'm at Burnout Fawn's channel on Sundays. I do my stuff on my streaming on my channel at Amusing Thalia throughout the week. So if you like the way I DM this or like the way I play in the Sunday game, you can find me there. Otherwise, I'm just thankful to be here with my dear friends doing this game here today. And all of us are brought together in part by you, those who support the channel, but also by the channel host himself, Connor, aka DistortionDevil.
That's me. You're here right now watching this live on twitch.tv/DistortionDevil. And if you're not watching this live, you're probably watching this on youtube.com/DevilsAndDiceRolls or patreon.com/DevilsAndDiceRolls if you feel like supporting the creative process of both this, the campaigns on this channel, as well as the more video essay type content on this channel, which, if you are subscribed to the Patreon, and indeed now, I have uploaded it to the YouTube, I've just released another short, or my first short, rather. It's about the peasant railgun. That's right. You can watch that now. I will have more shorts in the future, but right now I'm working on a full-length video about immersion. And I am just about ready to record for that. And then we'll move on to the process of editing it, and then it'll be up for the patrons, hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Um,
My immersion this, my immersion that. Immerse yourself in a shower, you fucking nerd.
Ooh, indeed. But true. Right, yes. Shortly after this, we'll be playing some Jackbox, right after we go offline here. So stick around. But for now, that's about it for me. This episode of Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos was brought to you in part by Beard Sorcery.
Beard Sorcery!
I've just utilized some Beard Sorcery Beard Cream, the Paladin's Might scent. It's got notes of cream, vanilla, honey, some floral notes as well. It leaves my beard smelling great, feeling great, and most importantly, it leaves the skin underneath moisturized and not dry and scratchy. And I know for people who grow beards, that can be a large and valid concern. But if you utilize some Beard Sorcery products, you can alleviate those symptoms. And you can use code DistortionDevil, and you can save 10% when you shop online at beardsorcery.com. Just as well, check out Bones Coffee Company. That's right, Bones Coffee Company has fantastic varieties of coffee in whatever format you could think, including pre-ground whole beans, K-cups. They've even got canned cold brew. And if that sounds up your alley, or if you've got a coffee lover in your life, head on over to bonescoffee.com. Use code DistortionDevil and you can save 10% when you shop online. And, of course, the people bringing shows like this back to you every week includes Tiny Silky Moth. Thank you for the 2 whole years of subbing with Twitch Prime.
God dang!
And with that, are we ready to get into very intriguing episode of Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos.
I think as far as I can tell, we're ready to go. Does anyone need any extra time? Speak now or forever hold your pieces of candy.
Yummers. Can I hold them in
Candy.
my mouth and in my stomach afterwards?
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Very good.
Mouth.
All right. Well, if we are all good to go, I would like to request you all bear with me for a second. It has been a month, and we're in a bit of a complicated part of the campaign. So it will be a slightly longer intro, as I want to make sure that we are all caught up with everything. I normally like to keep them shorter, but here we go. Seeking to sever the strings that have pulled them along their journey so far, the crew of the Homewrecker now wait within the winding hallways of Mentiri, the prison beneath the city of Dis. Our heroes, waiting for contact with a potential ally, now rest in the depths of hell. Having taken a chance on a devilish secretary known only by the name Lilith, they have spent several days with no word from anyone. While our party rested, Xoruk and Rot training their bodies with exercise, Hakka and Vex training their minds with some games of dragon chess, and their captain, Commodore Kazador Rain, practicing using some of their newer spells and abilities. Finally, a basin of water arrived, along with a thyme and a lock of hair. Understanding what need be done, Hakka prepared a scrying spell, and they began to spy upon Lilith. Noticing the sensor and casting some magic upon it, they remained somehow undetected as they followed Lilith into a meeting and watched as it unfolded between many of the most important names within the Nine Hells. From the Princess of Hell herself, Glacia, to Dispater, Lord of the Second Tower, to Titivulus, the Nuncio of Dispater, and members of the Dark Eight, a powerful cabal of pit fiends loyal to Asmodeus. They watched as several last members of the gathering arrived. The recently defeated Malolaraz, along with a Githyanki admiral, flank the fallen angel Zariel as she escorts a guest to the chambers. The follower himself, leader of the titular following and proven enemy to the crew of the Homewrecker, as he enters the room and begins to strike some sort of deal with those high-ranking members of Hell within the chamber here itself, there is but one question for Hakka. Do you maintain the scry?
You know what? Can I put this to chance?
You may put this to chance. You may
Yeah,
also
so-
ask your party.
Oh yeah. What do y'all think? I'm thinking I just roll a d20 and it's like even. I maintain it. Odds I let it go.
Yeah, sounds good.
It is true. It could be discovered.
What do you
though.
think Hakka? What do you think Hakka would do?
I think. Ooh. Hakka, how often has he used scrying? I'm really trying to think.
You used it once or twice in Icewind Dale.
Yeah. I think we've really been under the radar so far
Mm-hmm.
going into Hell. I think if there's any risk of being caught, I think Hakka's smart enough, as much as he would want to keep spying. I actually do think we flying under the radar, not being discovered is the right call here.
That's fair.
Remembering your warnings from Kazador,
Mhm.
that who informed the party that he had learned how the follower was bypassing certain rules within Sigil. You worried that he may be able to, despite Lilith's magic, detect the sensor, allowing you to scry. Drop the spell to avoid any risk of potentially being spotted. And as the ripples across the top of the basin of the water fade, and all color is now drained, leaving a crystal clear bowl of water beneath you, you are all left with a moment to gather yourselves, potentially discuss what you saw, and I suppose wait for what is next to come. But I do want to give you all a moment amongst yourselves to ask any questions. It has been a while, so if there's anything you want to ask me about what you saw last time, there was a whole, detailed description as I wrote of the characters interacting. So this would be a moment to ask me questions or ask each other questions or discuss what you maybe saw.
Yeah, remind me. There was a mention of... Was there a mention of Zariel, or did Zariel show up?
Zariel showed up in the flesh herself. She was flanked by a Githyanki admiral, which was recognized by Xoruk as Ra Damus, a admiral within the Githyanki Navy, and Maloloraz, who... I think easily to your eyes, Hakka, you were able to pick out that maybe something you weren't aware of with devils, but they had various scars on them that looked somewhat like the wounds that they received from the players last.
But oddly enough, not changed form, just got scarred.
They are they maintain their devilish form. They seem, you're not certain if they have the same level of power, but they don't look different at the moment.
Interesting, because I thought this is just above game. I thought they like go down a rank, like physically. Like if you kill like a Balor, they turn into a Vrock or something. But that is a good question. Something you could potentially ask, or I would allow you to you or anyone else to roll for if you'd like. May I also remind you that within the chamber that you all have your guide, who has been helping you trek through the various layers of hell. Zaya is here, and she did not watch the scry spell as you all were watching. She kind of maintained a little bit of a distance and is sort of not lounging, but is laying back on one of the various cushions or couches here, but you can always ask her. That is her job. You know what? I think I would actually like to pose this question to Kazador of just like, from my understanding, when demons die, their form changes, and yet all what was his name? Sorry,
Maloloraz.
Hakka says that name. From my understanding, they don't get scarred. Kazador, your infernal experience. You're experienced in the infernal. And Vex, you can weigh in on this as well. Why did their form not change?
For Vex and Kazador, I will allow each of you to roll... this would be planes checks, so both of you are proficient, so it is your intelligence modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
You know what? I'm going to give guidance to Vex.
Intelligence plus proficiency. That will be a 24.
And
you said a guidance, that's a D4?
D4.
Yeah.
And then
what is
guidance
scaled with level? Well, whatever.
So plus 5
15
proficiency bonus, so
15 plus 1.
Mm-mm.
Or I'm sorry, 15 plus 6. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
oh,
so,
whoa.
right.
Yeah.
So 21 and 25. I think the both of you are aware. I think, Kazador, you might know a little bit more of the specifics behind it. But both of you are aware that the demotion process in the Nine Hells is not always linear or the same. It is sometimes complicated. It depends on the devil's station, whether or not they are like of a military rank or of a bureaucratic rank. It depends on where they were, like literally where they died in some cases. There are often bylaws in devil contracts that have reasons for when a being would be demoted or when a being would be promoted. And I think you know that it is common when a devil dies for them to lose ranking, station, power, or physicality. But it is not unheard of for a devil to maintain the same form and simply lose power or lose influence of a kind. Kazador, you would be a little bit more aware that certain devils make auxiliary deals to maintain their appearance and reputation and influence within the Hells by further indebting themselves to other fiends. And that is a very common way for devils to gain or maintain power, is by taking advantage of other devils who have been caught in unfortunate circumstances by adventurers. It is likely one of those options that he has struck a deal of some kind in order to maintain his either appearance or abilities.
Ooh. Ooh.
Especially considering that they seem to have connections with higher ranking devils, it would make sense that they would have a method of that.
Then Kazador will go on to explain, it's likely some sort of deal is allowing him to maintain a majority of his power and station. I'm not sure of the specifics behind it, but likely it is some sort of fiendish magic.
Concerning.
I'm not surprised Melilaraz has some tricks up his sleeve. This does complicate things, though.
I think it's worth keeping in mind then that if there are other foul tricks at play that are leaving him able to keep some sort of power or stature, that things are probably far more connected, interwoven in a more, I'd say, convoluted sort of sense. And we will need to be wary of that.
We'll just have to beat him again, if it comes to it.
I wonder, how many times can you beat a demon or a devil until they finally shrink down?
I believe there is a lower limit.
Zaya kind of calls out from the side. We had discussed previously, but the way that devils work within the Hells, if you slay it here, it will turn into primordial ooze, what the lemures are made out of. There is a good chance it is simply consumed by the other lemures, loses all sense of personality, power, and agency. An endless cycle in which devils consume each other. There is a very slight chance that the devil will maintain a modicum of their memories or power and reassert themselves, but the amount of times it has happened on the record in the history of the Hells can be counted with maybe a few hands. Slaying it here will almost certainly be rid of him for good.
Granted, there aren't any
Noted.
more surprises waiting.
Speaking of surprises, Xoruk, you had a look of recognition from that, other Gith that was with the group. What do you know of them?
The Daemons, they are... We've had dealings in the past. There are some members of Vlaakith's court and influence that are far more ambitious than others. I know not why he has chosen to throw his lot in with the fiends down here within Hell, especially not with Zariel, but it does not surprise me that he has switched allegiances or so casually signed with someone who would allow said evils to continue.
Obvious sort of above game question. Vlaakith is stronger than Zariel, right?
Ooh,
It depends
that's
on
a
where.
fucking
It depends on
question.
where they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's a...
That's a fucking question,
Okay,
jeez.
okay.
Yeah,
Archwitch
Now
versus Archdevil.
yeah,
Who gets to
they
cast
are-
Wish first?
Hey, Death Battle, I
Essentially,
got
yes.
an idea.
Yeah, they literally both have the ability to grant people clerical powers as non-deities. So, like...
Got it. Okay. Hakka just begins racking his brain about Zariel and Vlaakith and like... ugh. Well, then actually... You know what? No, I think he would pose this question. Why throw your lot in with Zariel when Vlaakith is enough? Would they be opposed to such a thing?
Personal ambition is not known to contain itself within one place, Banemaw.
Fair enough.
But more than
It's
that,
also...
most of his dealings are outside of, I suppose, what would be considered their normal domain of or the normal sphere of influence. So it makes sense they would require assistance outside of the Githyanki fleets. Fortunately, from my previous experience, he is a talker. So if you want to know more, just get him alone in a room and he won't shut up.
Noted. And Hakka actually, like, he brought a hand to his chin and he's thinking, like, okay.
So not at all surprising to see him here, then.
I'm surprised to see him here, to be honest, but it is not out of the realm of what could be expected from him, I suppose.
See.
I suppose then it's back to waiting for our guests to show back up and tell us what next to do. Zaya just kind of complains more very clearly to the out loud.
I could cast sending. Tell them to pick us up.
What about that the devil that escorted us here, the Minotaur looking one?
I could cast sending to them. Are we all in agreement with this?
That seems like as good a idea as any to me.
I
Agreed.
don't see why not.
Action on my part.
Hakka puts his fingers to his temple and is just like...
Oh, were you about to say something, Citric?
Oh, well.
Oh no, just said no objection on my part.
Yep. I cast sending to the Minotaur fellow like, we've learned everything we've needed to. Can we go now? Please?
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 I will be your...
Does
Yeah, go
Tone
ahead.
get across in
Yeah,
sending?
yeah, they hear
Oh.
your words, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. What does he respond with?
We will be with you shortly. We recommend you stay in place. As soon as the meeting is over, Lilith and company will be escorted clandestinely to your chamber. But I suppose I can give you something. Lilith was waiting, but I can deliver it now. One moment. And there's a pause, maybe about 5 minutes, a little bit longer than a moment.
Hakka would say, like, we're getting a delivery. And he's just confused.
After a period of time, I think it's in this moment that after them saying a moment, etc., that Kazador and maybe Xoruk put together that you kind of remember that devils don't have the same sort of like mortal lifespan. And so moments for them, short waits for them,
God.
you know, the fact that you were waiting here for 5 days probably felt like nothing to the devils that are working here. And so, you wait 5, going on 10 minutes, and then eventually the door kind of opens, and the large figure of the Minotaur, like devil, is standing there and kind of looks around. I hope these accommodations have served you well while you have been staying here within the Iron Tower.
They were serviceable.
So be it. I imagine that here within Mentiri it was not the most comfortable. I'm afraid I can only help you so much with the plans to come. But Lilith had pulled this aside. For you, I feel as though I can deliver it now while you're waiting. And they rustle through their clothing, and they pulled out a rolled up sheet of parchment, and they hold it out towards Vex.
They will take it.
There you go.
Ah.
Oh my god.
This was stolen from Titivulus's personal chamber, and he has a bit. It's like he's trying to hide it, but it's a little bit of a shit-eating grin going on right now.
I think there's a moment where Vex is just kind of staring at the paper, and there's like a you know the kind of smile that you get when like you're not supposed to laugh, but what you're looking at amuses you. There's a moment of that for like 2 seconds before they at last Vivexio, you've come home to us. No, me. I had hoped that you would arrive sooner. What what held you up? I recently learned that your cousin, sibling, Maleloraz, held you up. What a shame. It seems as though you are still traveling on that ship with that crew. Allow me to give you a choice. A big reveals. Now, knowing your friend's potential fates, should I allow them to pass, or will you swear yourself to my service in the times to come? Remember, 1, to pay the souls to the miss for their contributions. Number 2, to send a thank you to the broker from Mechanus. Number 3, to give the Gith or his head to the Admiral. Number 4, I gotta zoom in, give me just a second. To feed the lizard's soul to the
Servants.
servants of Dindar. And 5, look into the demigod divine plus Dalkir
Valkyr, yeah.
for ransom.
Far Realm, Starspawn,
Oh.
all question marks.
Cool. It was so tiny. I made a guess. I think Vex would say for ransom. No. Far Realm. Starspawn.
The handwriting is shit.
They would read it out loud. Exactly like that. And then they would look up to the crew and say, someone clearly had a to-do list and had many big ideas. I'm interested to see what the big reveals are intended to be, and of course, the choice.
Unfortunately,
they're gonna hold up the sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
They're gonna hold up the sheet of paper out to the folks and just say, I'm not going to lie. I feel as though there's a hint of passive aggression in all of the scratches. Perhaps that's me projecting, but then they shrug.
It seems they really had it out for us.
Just a bit. I think the intent is quite clear in this. Hostility, in a word.
That's to be expected.
So they worked with a broker from Mechanus? Sorry.
I wonder if that has anything to do with the alert.
Do you think that broker is what's coming after us?
If not what's coming after us, I do think there's a reason to guess or even assume that they might have tipped off the people on, shall we say, less than amicable terms with either Kazador or Thrash.
I'm afraid I cannot answer many of these questions. The Nuncio is quite close to the vest with his various plotting and scheming, though I'm sure Lilith can answer more questions when she arrives. I project about an hour of your mortal time, should you wish to rest or request anything of me in that time, I am happy to deliver. My services are rendered to you in this period of waiting.
Above table, do we need anything?
I don't think I do.
Nothing comes to mind.
Who are the servants of Dendar?
You say the servants of Dendar, and there's almost like a flash of memories in your mind, Hakka, memories that aren't yours. I'd like you to roll a religion check with advantage.
Oh boy. Ooh, Black's mind stuff. It was history or religion?
Ooh, not that, no.
Oh, okay.
It's a different memories that aren't yours. But yeah, history with religion with advantage.
Hibushki and Hibushki. 19.
19. It's been a long time since you have heard these stories. The memories that flash between your mind are not first-person ones, which are very common when you are granted visions of the ancestors. But you are granted visions of storytelling around a fire, of legends and myths from the Saurian Empire and from the Saurian people of where they originally came from, of a fight against a great worm, a serpent of unimaginable power that fed off of the fear and nightmares that it instilled upon things that it just existed around it. Something that was such a threat to the mortal plane that the original god of the Sorrel people, a god by the name of Uptao, actually assisted in sealing Dendar deep within the Nine Hells, and has, for eternity, guarded the gate leading there from the mortal plane.
Huh.
Or so the myths go. You can only imagine what servants of Dendar wish to do.
Okay. Huh. All right, I'm just gonna think on that.
Yeah, there you go. Any other last questions about the paper you were given, or any other requests or questions for Biffont, the Minotaur devil and servant to Lilith, who is before you?
Who is the admiral?
I believe you're...
Is this, in this case, the Admiral of the Gith?
Above game or in game?
I'm asking. In character. Yeah.
Biffont would look kind of toward and nod their head towards Xoruk. I believe that is the admiral your friend referred to. The Admiral Radamus. He is a member of the Githyanki Navy. I know little of what their dealings are, but the Navy have been stationed on the plane of Avernus for some time. Normally their dealings on Avernus are limited to ferreting out the red dragons that serve Tiamat for their own fleet. It is nigh unheard of for them to make permanent rest here in the Hells. Whatever deal he has struck with Zariel seems to be seems to cover that. I know not what that is. Many of the dealings between the planes are not discussed with the other lords, and I myself am no lord. But yes, the Admiral is the Gith. Radamus is his name. If you do not have a question for me, I will go gather some refreshments. I will return post-haste, and when I do, hopefully it will at least be a break for the meeting, and Lewis will have a chance to meet with you.
Very well.
Pardon me. And they do, not like a bow, but they like nod the head gently in your direction before turning. And I'm actually going to take a real quick, short, early bio break here, and then we'll come back to it.
Alrighty.
All right.
We will break.
Getting back.
Sorry,
into the
body
groove.
is in pain. I'll be right back.
That's okay. The human body is a fickle beast.
That's
Swing
true.
your legs and stretch some water, everyone.
Yep. Fucking. From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, I hated it. But hi, chat. How you doing? How's it going? We're shaking off the dust, shaking off the rust. Hello, MK. Hmm. Hmm. Lots of moving parts to all this.
I was perhaps a bit ambitious with this one. We'll see if I can. I will see if I can stick it.
You can stick it, but I don't think it. I think it's against Twitch TOS.
Hey, Darky, you know, it might have been the right decision to skip that cutscene.
Y'all skipped an entire. Yeah, well, yeah. We haven't been caught really. I guess besides making a commotion in the streets, but
That was intentional. That was planned.
I don't think all of hell knew about that.
All of hell knows you're here.
Yeah.
Good.
If fucking Zariel or the follower figures out we're here, shit'll get fucky.
Does make you wonder why one of Lilith's plans was to go to Zariel and make a deal.
They would have threw us under the bus. Maybe. Perhaps.
Who knows?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Good, that simplifies the problem. Yeah.
When I had the idea for giving you all the notes to a villain's villain monologue, I was like, "This is fun. This is gonna be a fun one."
There's an implication here that he practices in the mirror, and I think that's very funny.
That is absolutely the implication I was trying to give. But I am back and ready to go. I know we have Thero. You're here.
Yeah.
Connor, I assume you're still here.
I'm here, yes.
I'd never.
I saw Citric unmute, and I heard
I am here.
Saris. Hello. Zan might still be bathroom ridden.
Oh no!
And I would like to give him a chance to either give us the go ahead or return.
Hey, you know what?
The throne has claimed him.
An ad break is going to start in a minute, so let's just extend this by like 5 minutes. Why not?
Yeah, you know what? Let's
Okay.
take an extra 5 minutes. Stretch. You know what? I will actually take this time legitimately to stretch because I need to.
There we go.
Drink your legs, stretch some water.
And I'll just chill. We out here.
I am excited to see where this goes. I spent way too much fucking time on that map.
Oh, the Iron Tower of Dis.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Darky, you'll see.
We shall see.
This is one of those things where, like, oh yeah, new Xoruk portrait, it's really cool. This is also one of those things where there is no official map or, like, picture or depiction in anything that I could find that is officially Wizards for the Iron Tower of Dis, which I think is interesting. Considering how, like, important, famous, and mentioned it is, there's basically nothing on it, which is really interesting.
Well, that means you gotta just do it yourself.
Literally, yep. Honestly, I don't mind that. It gives me a little bit more freedom with how to put things together.
Mm-hmm. Also, new Xoruk portrait. Yeah, it's so cursed.
I love it. He's such a nice guy now.
I love it. It's cursed as shit.
To be fair, I don't know how many pictures in all of WotC art show a smiling GIF.
I think there were some in Eve of Ruin, actually. I think there were some smiling GIF pirates.
Oh, yeah, I guess they kind of had that, like, sort of, like, rockish grin going.
Yeah. I should have fucked those pirates. God damn it.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe you can hop in between Illustrial and her wife.
Mm-hmm. I'm working on it.
And Tasha's always there, I mean...
Yeah. Just get everybody in the bed. Just Mordecai and get in here. Everybody.
Fucking get some Vaseline on that cue ball.
Oh my god. Bald!
I cast Mordenkainen's Mega Nut.
Oh!
No, he would just cast Mordekainen's sword and then just alter the shape slightly.
Oh no. Obligatory Waves of Ecstasy Pathfinder spell mentioned.
Mm-hmm. One second. How much is the book of erotic fantasy going for on eBay?
Oh god.
You mean Space Pirates 7?
Okay, about $200. Yeah, that seems about right.
That tracks.
That's
There
Yeah,
are so many cursed things in that book. I had a DM who ran it briefly, had it in their game actively. It was interesting. I took one spell from it. It's the spell that allows you to trans your gender.
amazing.
The only spell that matters.
Actually, though, a fucking second level spell, you just change your gender. Yes!
Okay, but hear me out. Third level spell that lets you get rid of gender.
Ooh! Eliminate gender.
I cast non-binary.
Disintegrate gender.
Mm-hmm.
The 9th level version of that spell gets rid of gender for everyone.
Correct. Mass destroy gender.
That's how the... Oh, fuck. What are the true neutral outsiders that live in the Spire below Sigil? What are they fucking called again? Romani. That's how the Romani were made.
Oh my god. Automod.
Dispel gender.
Automod had an issue with dispel gender. Total side tangent. Fuck you, Jeff Bezos. Suck a dick.
Suck a dick, suck a dick, suck a motherfucking dick, suck a dick, suck a dick.
Suck a huge or small dick.
Alrighty. How's our ad break looking?
I think Connor's still up.
Oh, Connor must have got up. Keep going on the stretching then. Can't hurt.
You can't hurt yourself stretching.
You can
True,
actually.
true. I can because I have EDS, so like I have overstretchy muscles and joints, so I actually have to be very careful. My stretching is more about stability than like extension.
I have a thing called laziness.
I have a connective tissue disorder.
Buh.
But indeed.
Also, I don't mind sharing this with chat. Chat, good news. I got prescribed medication today for ADHD. So, I'm getting happy focus pills. Yippee!
It really is a catch-all for a drug. It's great.
Happy focus pills. Remember, everybody, take charge of your health.
I've got
might-
doggies.
It might take you a year to get the results you want because of the American healthcare system, but you can try. You can do it. Luigi. I love my man Luigi.
Every day that passes, I understand why.
Just takes one.
Oh my baby boys. We got dogs. Hi.
I would never advocate for somebody to do it. Never, no. Nobody should do it. No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying you should. No.
Yeah. I'm not saying somebody should do it.
It's definitely illegal, but no. No, you'd get arrested. You get arrested. Don't.
Unless.
No.
All right. Well, I believe everybody is back now, correct? Yes?
I think
Yep.
so.
Yeah.
Yes, no, maybe so.
Thank you all for the early break. Definitely needed it.
Turn it out.
Saris, are you back?
Charlie Brown.
I never left.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
over
okay.
here.
Don't call it a comeback.
Been having a.
They've been
having a
here the
chat.
whole time.
Yeah, I have been here the whole time.
If
Yeah,
we're good to
then-
get back into it, then.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Not long after the provost of the Iron Tower of Dis, Biffont, leaves and returns with some beverages, you find yourselves waiting again. But to skip past the waiting about an hour or so, a short period of time, the doors eventually creak open, and all of you turn to see once again this would be, in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4 figures enter the room. The first two open the door for the others and do the sort of butler gesture inward is Biffont, the individual who you had met with prior. The first to enter the room, as you've seen her before, is the person who you had dealings with, who you had spoken with through the symbol that you had gathered from Sigil. The devilish secretary, known as Lilith. though that is not the only one who arrives. One second, I forgot to pull this up beforehand. I had everything except this. I need to grab a picture really quickly. There it is. Open image, new tab. Let me grab her. She's so cool. The second person to enter was the one who you saw briefly interact with Lilith, who used an impressively powerful spell to stop time and speak very briefly with Kazador Rain, the Princess of Hell herself, Glacia. And lastly, an individual who none of you would recognize, a figure, tall, thin and lithe, but not necessarily like emaciated, athletic, an elvish build, but with dark purple skin that's been further scorched by the and turned slightly more red, kind of a magenta color, by the lands of the Hells, clad in heavy armor with reds and golds in adornment. They enter in an almost bodyguard-like fashion and seem to take a position at the back wall. Lilith bows towards Glacia, and Glacia enters, letting out a stretch, looking around, and very quickly grabbing a glass off of a table, where she waves a finger and it fills with a red liquid before she takes a sip from it. Lilith looks around the room, seems to cast a few spells briefly before nodding in approval, and setting a stack of papers down, and finally looking up at the group of you. Hello. It's a pleasure to meet you in person. I'm sure you have many questions. I'm here to answer. Oh, well, don't all speak at once. Cutting her off, Glacia. Lilith, dear, I think you may be throwing them off a little bit. Have you even explained why they're here? Plus, you have yet to introduce me. Lilith, of course, Princess. Allow me to introduce Glacia, Lady of the Sixth End. Heir to the throne of Hell, daughter of Asmodeus. And kind of smiles, and she looks at, one moment, make sure I have things right. She looks at, where did I write this down? I'm so embarrassed right now. Hold on. Paul's Vex. I am very sorry. I have this written down in like 3 different spaces, and now I can't find it when I want to.
It's all good.
Good, no pressure.
Ah, there it is. Thank you. To myself. Lilith, continuing to introduce Glacia, gestures at Vex and protege to the Nine Hells. And as they kind of gesture at Vex when they say that, Glacia kind of, their eyes drift along the group till they make eye contact with Vex. Lilith, is this my sibling? Indeed.
Sibling?
Yes, it's been so long. Well, I don't believe we've met, but every other sibling I've met, I've either consumed or has been eaten by my father. Very rarely have I seen one grow up, let alone reach a level of power such as you. You look so impressive. Vivexil is your name?
So I've been told.
What do you go by, dear?
There's a brief pause. They sort of tilt their head to the side. If we're using names freely, just Vex would suffice.
Vex indeed it shall be. A pleasure. And that is all mine. And she would stand up from her lounging position and hold out a hand towards you.
I think, for the sake of etiquette and hospitality, of course, Vex would take the hand and shake it.
But as you take the hand, there's a flare of power between the two of you. Almost like there's a resistance as you're going to shake hands, kind of like two magnets or electrical charges of opposite polarity kind of get close to each other. There's a almost warping of magic around the two of you as you briefly shake hands. Whew! Most definitely our father's child.
There's kind of like as the comment is happening. It actually no. Before I say that, does Vex feel like they're being ogled right now? Is that what's happening?
Not in a sexual way.
No, not at all. But just like when someone, even in a non-sexual or non-romantic way, just like keeps like looking you up and down and up and down and up and down.
Absolutely. Glacia is looking at you like a piece of meat, like a delicious steak.
Like a steak. Oh, amazing.
A steak.
Sorry.
Perhaps this entire encounter was a mistake. All right, I'll see myself out. So I think knowing that and recognizing that, I feel as though, and my crew, I think, knows Vex well enough to recognize that there is a bit of a, I wouldn't necessarily say like tension, but there is more of a shift towards like a bit of a bracing, right? Where, oh, I recognize the energy behind this encounter. There is a chance that the situation could go dangerous, right? And with that sort of shift in tone, truly, I think Vex would say, I think there's a first for everybody, and I'm certain that all of us here are witnessing a first.
Lilith would... Glacia goes to say something, but Lilith goes, my dear princess, would you mind standing back a moment? I believe we have some more pressing matters to discuss, and I'm afraid that you might be a little intense for our guests at the moment. Glacia, for all the like smoothness and almost honey she's been putting on her attitude towards now, her head kind of shoots toward Lilith, and there's a narrowing the eyes for just a moment. Of course, Lilith. Take it away. And goes back to her seat. Lilith breathes deeply before... I would like to thank you all for coming here. I can only imagine, looks at Kazador as she says this, what it took for you to trust a devil, considering your history with us. But nonetheless,
Let me put that into perspective for you. I don't.
She smiles. That is quite smart of you.
But we have no other option right now.
Unfortunately, that is in fact what I'm counting on. And to be perfectly honest with you all, I am running out of options as well. Our lords of the Hells have been plotting something for quite some time. How many of you are familiar with the myth of Ahriman, Githzerai, and Moxlick?
God?
I think only Kazador would likely know these names at the moment. Hakka, I will allow you to roll a religion check. But those names, Kazador, ring a bell from your conversation with the follower.
No. 12 on
I
my
think
end, so probably
other than
not.
seeing a brief kind of spark of recognition on Kazador's face, but recognizing the confusion on the others, she nods her head. I thought as much. Here. And she would spread out a piece of paper in front of the group of you. The kind of crunchy parchment sort of stretches outward across the table, and she begins to flatten it, kind of putting some things on the corners to keep it pinned down before pulling out a pen. It was explained to me in some detail from the meeting I just came from, but I'm aware of a little bit of this from beforehand. It explains a myth of the creation of our realms. 3 great serpents, all of whom held immense power. A serpent of good and light, life and joy and experience. A serpent by the name of Githzerai.
Can I request a spelling?
I think I'm trying to put it on the screen for you. There we go.
Thank you.
A serpent of law, order, cruelty, and dominion. Ahriman. Same thing I will also put. One second, just making sure I get that spelling right.
All good.
I don't. Okay, got it. Githzerai Ahriman. I always Ahriman. I always spell this one so fucking wrong. Ahriman. Ahriman. Okay, yeah, there's the proper spelling. And lastly, a serpent of pure chaos. A serpent of magic and creation. The serpent known as Moxlick. Now, granted, my knowledge on these is somewhat limited, as I have had some of it explained to me recently. But some of it goes back to secrets held within the Hells for a long time. I tell you this now because these serpents, at least 2 of them, threaten our world as we now know it. The myth goes as such. Githzerai, the serpent of life, sacrificed itself, eating its own tail and giving its body to become the very center of the realms in which we all inhabit. The other two serpents, balancing the new realms, Moxlick of chaos and magic and Ahriman of law and order, are the two major driving forces that dictate our lives. I'm going to tell you something that is a closely held secret. But I tell you this because I know that there's very little that any of you can do to change or make others believe you of this. The Lord of Lies is clever, but Ahriman, and Asmodeus are one and the same. Gestures at Vex and Glacia. You too draw power directly from the Serpent of Law, directly from Asmodeus himself. Now, this is important for one reason. Those powers are necessary for upsetting the realms as we know it. To put it simply, Githzerai intentionally placed themselves between Ahriman, and she literally drags her finger across, and the drawings that she'd been putting seem to move across the page. Sacrificed themselves to be in between the others, to give life and existence to everything that would come after. Now, Ahriman and Moxlick both conspire to replace Githzerai and usurp the realms to create them as they see fit. And if either Ahriman or Moxlick are successful in usurping Githzerai's position, everything we know, everything we understand, all our lives will be altered forever. Should Moxlick come to power, should its, whatever it is, plans succeed, chaos, pure and utter realms smashing together, a calamity like none you could even imagine. Looks at Xoruk. You're from Limbo, correct?
He'll nod.
Imagine if the chaos of Limbo spread to every plane. Imagine if the uncertainty of your position were to happen in Acheron, so to speak, and you simply fell through the world. What if the winds of Limbo and Pandemonium were to enter the realms of Elysium and blow the great golden clouds away, revealing the peaks? I do not even know what would happen. And yet, despite being a creature of law, I also do not wish Ahriman to succeed. We are only able to operate as we are because of the choices that you mortals make, because of the mistakes that you take. The way that you fail allows us to take advantage and allows our hell, as we know it, to function. were every being bound by law, bound by their word, there would be no more for us to take advantage of. But at the same time, it would mean no more freedom. It would mean no more life as you currently know it. Your ability to go where you wish, to do what you will be stripped from you. And that is what your father wants. Looks at Vex again. Glacia and myself, along with a few scant and far between dukes, seek to undermine the plans in hell that currently seek to usurp Githzerai and replace it with Ahriman. These plans have been in line for a very long time, but until recently, they had seen very little progress. However, the Hells were recently contacted by an individual who I believe you all are familiar with, the Follower. They offered knowledge on how to exact and enact this, for lack of a better term, coup. Apparently, this being has been shown the secrets of magic by Moxlick, the Serpent of Chaos, and has such gained the abilities to do this, but they require several things. Kazador, your name came up in the conversation. You were described as a failed anchor. Do you know what this means?
Kazador sort of swallows hard at the insinuation. I believe that I do.
Do you wish to explain to your crew, or shall I?
Kazador turns to the crew of the KSS Homewrecker. Around the time when I had my first meeting with the Follower. In fact, that night we spent at the lodge that resembled the one in Icewind Dale. In my dreams, I was spoken to. I believe the being that was speaking to me was one of those serpents. That's right.
Whose dog is this?
Sorry, it's Mordenkainen's hound.
I cast it as a protective measure. Must have heard someone outside.
It just killed a rat.
I believe it was one of these serpents that spoke to me that night. It granted me some sort of power. It enhanced my abilities as a sorcerer in a way that I didn't even think possible.
Lilith narrows her eyes. I see. So he deceived you even in that conversation. Not directly, but the follower explained to us that they had met with you, told you of your connection to the Serpent Moxlick, but they failed to mention one other thing. That an anchor is only given power if they receive blessings from 2 of the serpents, the very fact that you have magic, that you were born a sorcerer, and from my understanding, one with the powers of Mechanus, of balance, you have been touched from birth by the serpent Githzerai. It seems as though you were sought out specifically in order to gain the boon of a second and act as an anchor. Now, I don't understand the anchor in a technical sense, from a magical catalyst point of view, but I understand its purpose as it was explained. Multiple of these anchors are needed in order to enact this ritual, as well as many other things. Apparently, a scroll of immense power is needed to disrupt the planes, merging 2 of them together, 2 opposite planes together in one, creating a cosmic imbalance. The scroll... Yeah, go ahead.
Kazador's mind flashes back to the scroll he was handed by the follower.
The scroll was damaged, and apparently it took a very long time to make. But unfortunately, Hell has the materials to remake it. Recently, an Empyrean was slain, and due to some dealings with a mad wizard, we have traded some of its skin to the follower so that he can recreate this scroll.
So we've got a time limit now. How long do you suspect it will take him to repair this scroll?
That I do not know. I believe there's only one person in this, 2 people, I suppose, in this tower who could answer that question. Dispater, and that disgusting devil, my apologies. Well, besides the follower, of course, that disgusting demon. No. Perza, the pit fiend, who had traveled here, a member of the Generals of Asmodeus, known as the Dark Eight, leader of the Research and Development Division in Beator. He was the one discussing this with the follower, and it became very technical, even for one with as much knowledge as I. But I think the thing that we must worry about more so is what will happen if he finishes teaching Dispater and Perzu how to create the scroll. The deal that has been struck upstairs was that the follower would teach the Hells how to make this, how to enact it so that Ahriman can take control. This bastard, this follower, is hedging his bets. He's made a deal to become an anchor for their ritual as well. Should Ahriman succeed, should Dispater and the other lords and their plots succeed here soon, the follower will maintain a position of power within the new realm that they create, built out of law and pain. But even should we stop him here, he will have the materials to be able to finish his plans. It's a risk. I imagine he is hoping that we step in and stop Ahriman, as he's made it clear his loyalty is to Moxlick. But nonetheless, we can't allow it to continue. Even if it is what the follower wishes, we must stop them from finishing this scroll here, soon, in this tower. I have beaten around the bush too long. To put it simply, unless we do something soon, then the follower or the members of Hell here will succeed in altering the planes as we know it in perpetuity. And in order to stop this from happening, looks at Vex, I wish to make a deal with you. I want you all to slay the Lord of the Second and his nuncio.
Kazador, for the first time, Hakka especially would notice.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of things over the course of this adventure and our previous adventure. For the first time, Kazador looks really, really nervous. That's right. You see his eyebrows curl upwards, he swallows, you see the sweat. Not just from the proximity to the city of Dis, but the prospect of slaying an archdevil of the Nine Hells is daunting.
You want us to kill the leader of this level of hell?
Indeed, mostly because you're the only ones who will be able to do so. Any devil who enters the Iron Tower, they are forbidden from entering unless they swear loyalty to Dispater, so as to never take violent action against him. Currently, he is giving a tour of the artificial city of Sigil beneath Dis.
So his tower is empty.
Indeed. Which means the forces will be weaker than they normally would be. He hasn't a direct path to get back to his personal chambers from... I suppose I should let you know. The reason for this city existing, Dis as a city has not always existed on this plane. It was a barren, heated field before Dispater arrived and began enacting Asmodeus's will. A city of iron was constructed on the surface, but beneath it, a perfect replica of the city of Sigil has been crafted and has been worked on ever since Dis's inception. They are nearing completion. With a scroll and the new knowledge of magic, it is only a matter of brief time before they succeed. Now, Dispater and Titivolis are master illusionists. Melolaraz has learned everything they know from them, as have I. I can grant you temporary immunity to their illusions. But that is the most I can assist you. But I believe, with the abilities that you have shown thus far, you may just be able to kill them both.
If given enough time,
And looks to the party.
I could prepare True Seeing. It is a high caliber spell, but I could prepare it.
It could very much come in handy. But I am offering to do that for you.
Sorry, what were they offering?
They said that they can grant you temporary immunity to their illusions.
Oh, well, that...
So, yeah, Lilith would kind of nod at you. It is impressive to know that you can do this. But we have limited time. And I wish you to save what resources you have. I can grant you that ability.
Answer me this.
Yes.
Say we do this. What is next for this level of hell? Who takes Despater's place?
Brass tacks, I suppose. She waves a finger, and in a poof of smoke and flame, a massive contract just thuds onto the table. I wish for Vivexil to take the title of Lord of the Second.
The title?
They sort of stare at the paper.
I have long coveted Titivulus's position as the Shadow Lord of the Second. Many assassinations happen daily on Despater. All of them fail, but that is thanks to Titivulus and I. However, the assassinations on Titivulus are few and far between, if any. Vivexil, don't let that fool try to convince you that you are his progeny. Titivulus is a schemer, a plotter, and what he did to your mother is unforgivable. I may be a devil, but I am still a woman, and he deserves any pain you bring to him. I wish to take his position as Shadow Lord of the Second. I believe I can run this plane significantly better than he can. But I would do so much better from the shadows. Having a name that is associated with a direct child of Asmodeus himself, well, that would certainly benefit this plane's reputation.
So, just for clarity, to make sure that I understand exactly what you're proposing, you're saying you would like us to dispose of one, if not two, right? And instead, in that gap, you would like to instill me in that position. However, from the sounds of it, I would be functioning more as a puppet ruler than actually taking any sort of agency or responsibility. Is that correct?
A figurehead. You would enjoy all of the benefits of being a Lord of Hell, but you would be reprieved from all of the responsibilities therein.
Again, more akin to a marionette than a person with agency, because of course you and I both understand that even a figurehead has specific limitations in what they are able to do, and of course, though the responsibility of decision making may not necessarily fall upon my shoulders, That doesn't necessarily mean that there won't be consequence should something happen.
I suppose that is a way of looking at it. It was my reckoning that you would likely wish to maintain your freedom of will and freedom of action. Dispater maintains his position as Lord of the Second while rarely leaving the tower. His visage is known, yet very few actually meet with him. I believe that you would be able to act as you wish, and leave the Hells should you desire, to continue traveling with your crew. I simply wish to have your name.
So, let's think about it from this angle, right? You wish to have my name. What are the consequences of that?
I suppose I forgive me. I do not wish to take your name in a Fey sense. I can understand the hesitation there. No, I wish to position you as a figurehead ruler and use the fact that you and your companions will slay Dispater and Titivolis and leverage that to gain influence and power here within the Nine Hells. Galacia, Zariel, and I have all spent a long time discussing our misgivings with the current ways that the Hells are run.
And
Removing Dispater and Titivolis would allow us to act with much more impunity.
for certain. Now I have two additional questions because, of course, I'm sure you understand that one should not simply sign a contract without understanding the ins and outs and the fine print.
Of course.
My first question is, what happens if, hypothetically, for whatever reason, I'm not someone who can predict the future, nor do I have the capability of divination, so understand this is just hypothetical, theoretical. What should happen should I give you this leverage and you start acting in a way that I disapprove of? Now, of course, giving you that position and, of course, my title, being it a figurehead position, creates a sort of, I don't know, conflict. How should that be resolved?
By technicality, you would still be the Lord. You would still have to abide by certain rules within Hell. For example, you would not be able to completely usurp how Hell functions. This is a place of punishment for sinners at its core. The evil souls from the various realms wind up here, and they must be processed, and devils arise naturally out of that. It would be nigh impossible for you as simply a lord of a layer of hell, an archduke, to be able to change that. But were I to make a decision, an action, or a ruling that you disagree with, it is currently written into the contract that you would have the ability to veto my decisions. Similarly to how Dispater can do so with Titivolis, yet rarely chooses to.
Secondly, my second question. Given the fact that you have briefly mentioned that you would like to operate in a slightly different means, though, of course, as you just mentioned, there are certain rules, certain procedures, whatever you would like to call them, that dictate the way that Hell is run. how privy shall myself and my crew be to the direction of your actions? In other words, what level of clarity and transparency are you willing to give us before
I
we sign?
suppose that would be your decision as Lord. If you wanted to remain completely hands-off, oblivious to the actions here in Hell, I would not blame you. However, if you wish to be informed of every tortured soul that enters this place, as well as the munitions we provide to the Blood War, I would be happy to provide you with the requisite and necessary intake and, I suppose, reports and forms that you would need to learn that information.
It's at this
That
point.
decision is yours.
It's at this point where Vex will nod and then sort of have a moment of deference where they will kind of look members of the party as if to ask, is there as if to open the door and say, is there any other question that I have forgotten to ask? In other words, above table, what are our thoughts? What are our opinions? What else should we be asking? What else?
Yeah, definitely.
Hakka's entire face has been going through every emotion this entire fucking conversation.
I have no doubt.
You're related to.
Yeah, there's been a few reveals here. Yeah.
Like,
Yep, there sure has.
Like, oh hi, daughter of hell. By the way, also daughter of hell over here that you've been adventuring with. But to get back on track, oh god, I don't know. This is a deal with the devil.
Yep.
On one hand, deal with devil. On other hand, we kind of put you in a pseudo spot of power. But 100% this person is doing it so they can, like,
oh yeah,
we
they
both
can rise up. Right?
We both stated as much earlier to each other at the beginning of this meeting. Neither side trusts each other, but neither side has much option.
Right. And it's very clear, right, that, so what I'm gathering from this obviously is like they're going to do whatever they want, but what I've gathered from this is like we as a crew can be as detached or as in the know as we choose to be about what they're planning, what they're plotting, what they plan to do moving forward.
That is correct. Yeah, that is pretty much exactly it.
They also have addressed the fact that as far as name and reputation goes, Vex will pretty much like any other figurehead be a puppet figure. But the differences in this in terms of actual physical action, you know, Vex could go off and do anything else. The other thing that I gathered, and correct me if I'm wrong, that the implication was it's almost like a double life sort of deal where like the Vexial is not the same as Vex, and Vex and Vexial are not being treated as the same despite being technically the same person.
You could basically continue living as Vex, but if you ever wanted or needed to reveal yourself as Vexial Lord of the Second, you could.
Right. And so in a way, it's both. It's sort of a double-edged sword because on the one end, they get to do whatever the fuck they want with my name. On the other hand, though, I essentially have an ace up my sleeve should I need it.
I will say that
yeah,
the fuck it we ball side of me is like, yes, this is fun, let's do it, but also like, ooh, oh man,
I think we've come too far and we are in too far deep now to just say no to this.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Are there any other questions that at this point any of us feel is unanswered or that we would like to know or prod about before?
Kazador will speak up.
Yeah, I have a question, but yeah, you go first.
You mentioned a power of veto that Dispater rarely uses. Why?
Dispater has grown increasingly paranoid the moment that they are outside of the tower and the tower undergoes an attack. I know exactly what they will do, and they will retreat to their chambers. To answer your question, why do they rarely use it? It is that exact reason. Their paranoia, their anxiety, their fear. They have spent millennia hiding within this tower, preparing for just about every possibility of assassination and betrayal, to the point where they have failed to see it coming from those close. They believe that the contracts we have signed are binding in every facet of the meaning, that I should not be able to do this here. But I can, and purely only because I have already signed a deal with Glacia. What he fails to understand is that the power of contract is more powerful than anything else, here in the Hells at least. He has trusted Tixdixl for such a long time with the basic actions, with running the day-to-day events and goings-on within the city of Dis, that he has almost grown incapable of doing it himself. The term I wish to use is complacent. Dispater, as much as his reputation precedes him as one of the most powerful arcanists among the Archfiends, has not seen combat for 3 millennia.
So if there was any time for this, it would be now.
Before the world changes and he is forced out of his tower, yes.
I have another question, but it looks like Hakka wants to say something.
So Vex is put into this assumed position of power. They are, for all intents and purposes, a Lord of Hell.
Indeed.
And they have all the power that comes with that.
As much as they wish to wield.
I'm just worried.
And Hakka would look to Vex.
It puts a massive target on your back.
Is it any different than the target that's already there?
Hakka goes to say something, raised finger, and then lowers it and just...
Yeah.
That is exactly the point I would raise if you denied. Currently, Hell wishes your head regardless. Were you to strike a deal with me, any contracts, any wish for you to return would be eliminated. The only time that you would be threatened would be if you revealed your position as Lord of the Second.
I hate to put all the responsibility on you, Vex, but I think this decision should be up to you.
I understand. However, before I make a decision, Kazador, you had another question. Feel free to ask.
I feel like it got answered somewhat, but... Physically, what would happen to Vex should they accept this deal? They would effectively become an archdevil.
The myth of the archdevils. A secret that has, I think, gone undiscovered for too long. The archdevils gain no special power being an archdevil. They have the title due to the power they wield and the reputation they hold and the contracts they make. Archdevil, Archduke is but a title unless you wield it. What I mean by unless you wield it is you will be facing Dispater on his plane. If the Vex were to leave this plane, they would be as they normally are. But should they strike this deal, and should they succeed in slaying Dispater, then they will have certain abilities while here in Dis, control over the realm, but as of themselves physically, I suppose that the one thing would happen, something I have noticed with various archdevils. Glacier, you can speak to this more directly. Indeed, you have the ability often when you usurp a position of an archdevil, when you take it from the previous lord, and she stretches out one of her massive wings and kind of runs a hand along it. You're often allowed to take a trophy of theirs. So if there's any physical manifestation from Dispater that you feel impressed by, any power he reveals, you will be able to take that from him. But other than that, you will maintain who you are, almost exactly.
You said so yourself, Kazador. We are in rather deep. I don't necessarily think we are in too much of a position not to utilize this for what it is, and especially not if our adversary is in league with the follower. Are there any objections to me putting my name on this contract?
It's your decision.
I understand. However, I value the counsel and opinion of the people that watch my back and make sure that I don't drop dead. And they say that with like a very serious, but also like a smile on their face.
Whatever wants to kill you is gonna have to kill me first. So, we'll do what I must to keep you safe.
Well, and to be perfectly honest with you, it looks like those involved that we're being tasked to kill fully intended on killing the four of you anyway.
They could try.
They certainly could.
Yes, that does lead me to Tivolis has been plotting for your arrival for some time. Lilith speaks up again. He has prepared something for each of you. I have done a little of the contracting, but he has been rather excited to do it himself. As I mentioned previously, I recommend not letting him convince you that you are his progeny. While he was the one to infuse your mother with the powers of hell and thus create what you are now, that is all he did. He is a schemer, a plotter. He is not but a weak deal maker with very little power in and of himself.
To be bold,
He sought. Go ahead.
to be blunt, if he personally thinks that he has any sway when it comes to things like parentage and heritage at this point, I feel very firm in my position right now, and that is the only people that matter are the people who raised me. He is not one of them. And then they shrug.
That is a good point. But she looks at you with almost like a look of like concern for a moment. Are you aware of what happened with your father? Your birth father.
I don't even know who that is.
The elf whose name you were given.
Certainly. Above table, I thought we discussed that, so I believe Vex does know.
Mm-hmm. You vaguely know what happened in that they kind of like disowned you, and then you didn't like hear from them, and then you went to the Dread Realm. So you didn't really know what happened to them like at the end of their life, but you didn't really have much of a relationship with them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Eventually, Tixdixl taunted him and slew him as your father sought to gain revenge for your mother's honor. He still holds your family blade as a trophy.
They sort of shrug. And again, I repeat myself, if he personally thinks that he has any sway, I don't know how to tell you this. He truly doesn't know who he's dealing with, so...
Well, that I would not be entirely sure of. Are you signing the contract at this point?
Not currently.
Not currently, yeah.
They're currently, you know, obviously Hakka and Kazador gave their 2 cents, but there's a moment of pause, a moment of wait as Vex is, to be blunt, looking for the yay or nay on Rod or Xoruk. Like if they have any, you know, it truly is a speak now or forever hold your peace sort of moment, and they do want to make sure that if either of the other two wish to speak, that they're given the space to do so.
Rod?
Go
Go ahead.
You first.
Fair enough. And Rod takes actually a moment to notice that you're looking their way. Actually, through this whole conversation, as more and more gets discussed, Rod realizes that they are out of their depth. You gotta remember, they've been out of their home for probably above a month, and that's it. Just not following just the length of this discussion. Rod has mainly locked on the 2 devils in front of them, and more in a guarded stance. Like they have shut up to information and just making sure that if anything weird happens, they are ready to respond. At that, they look at you and kind of snapping back into it. Putting together the bits and pieces they've heard in between the conversation. We are here to get you out of a dumb piece of paper. If you signing a different one is going to be another problem, we'll deal with that one.
They nod.
Xoruk felt very dejected pretty most through this conversation. But hearing Rot say that, it'll kind of help give him perspective, and he'll give Vex a nod.
That is a good point. I swore to you that I would follow you to hell and back, and just because the road ahead may not be easy does not mean I'm going back on that oath now. If this is what you truly wish, then sign it.
You say you make the comment of if this is what you truly wish, and they sort of pause. Because, well, and to be blunt, I would say it's sort of very readable on their expression. Want wasn't necessarily a part of where their thoughts were lying. Desire was not necessarily something that they were considering.
You recognize on Xoruk's face that is all he's considering for you.
Yep. Now they're pausing. If the question is that of what I want, to be blunt, I don't necessarily. I have my questions answered. I don't necessarily want to have to, for lack of a better word, deal with this sort of situation anymore. The reality that I'm seeing is that, like it or not, it sort of is a damned if I do, damned if I don't situation. It's going to be a target on my back if I don't do it. There's going to be a target on my back if I do it.
Then if the outcome truly does not matter in that regard, then what does your heart tell you, Vex?
I want to do what is beneficial. I want to do what is beneficial for myself and for those around me. I ask. I know this is a question that this is an ask of me as an individual to make a decision, but I do ask you, as though the four of you will be affected also by this. Is it more beneficial to sign it, or to leave my name off from your vantage point? That's why I ask. To be blunt, I'm not certain in either direction.
We know all the players now, with respect. There's very few things I could see that would keep us from killing everyone involved and washing our hands of all of this. But for as long as I have known you, Vex, you've wished to do as little harm as possible. Much as I would wish to see this contract burned, I do understand the weight of responsibility that has been placed upon your shoulders. There must be a balance between law and chaos, and not signing it, from my understanding, would create far more chaos than order. Were we to stop who we chase. Am I to understand that correctly?
I wish for Vex, my apologies, to make the decision of their own volition, as that would increase the power of the contract. But you are correct. At least in my understanding of how things are and how they stand, you will have the ability to do much more good for both you and your friends should you sign this contract. I understand that it may not be what you wish, but very rarely do heroes get to do the thing that they want. it is much more common that people of your ilk must choose responsibility over personal desire. I will have much more freedom and ability to help you if you sign this contract. If you do not, I leave you, and they tap the paper where you see that they've been drawing something. I will leave you with this map, and I will leave the doors open, and I will hope you're able to succeed with that alone. But if you sign the contract, we'll explain our plan, and we will work together to stop the Follower and the Cabal within the Nine Hells from changing the very core of the cosmos.
And it would appear that I have been spoken for. I trust you, Vex.
Do not think that your concern isn't taken into consideration. And with that, they will sign their name.
You watch as Lilith's eyes actually glow green as you sign, and there is a flare. You see iron chains that weren't visible, like almost tattoos appear around her wrists that suddenly like appear and then almost burn away as she looks down at them.
I want to make a quick note
Mm-hmm.
before you move forward. The name that's on the paper is the quote-unquote legal name.
The
It's not
Vivexial, amazing.
Yeah, it's
Perfect.
not their
Mhm.
chosen name.
But they look down at their wrists, and for a moment, an expression crosses their face. Devils have an impassivity to them that makes them very hard to read. Emotions are very controlled, very calculated, very presentery. But for a moment, you see the person beneath the devil look down at chains being broken around their wrists, and a look of relief just briefly flushes across their face before they look up at you again. Good. I'm glad that we can see eye to eye. I, as your loyal nuncio, Vivexial, shall seek to serve you as best I can. I have drawn a simple map here. The Tower of Dis is impossible to map out. Long ago, Dispater learned the secrets to a moving labyrinth. However, the rooms within the tower stay the same. They merely rearrange. The bottom is always an entryway, and I have dictated the most reliable way to get to Dispater's room. After the Room of Cleansing, you will continue onward to Dispater, and what will likely be to Tivilis there. As his nuncio, should Dispater be attacked, Tivilis is required by contract to arrive and assist. You will work your way through the tower. You will fight whatever comes across and tries to stop you. It will not necessarily be easy, but any boons you find away are yours to keep. In addition, the Dark Eight, the pit fiends that arrived here from Beator, as a trio, would prove too much for even your group. Looks behind them at the knight-like individual who's just been kind of haunting against the back wall this entire time. This is Trelemar Leaf. He is a Hell Knight in service to Zariel. Zariel and Glacia will be engaging the Dark Eight, or the members of the Dark Eight, somewhere else in the tower. They will keep them occupied for as long as they can, hopefully slaying them, thus giving you more freedom to act. In the entryway will be where the guests will be. That is where you will likely find the Admiral and anyone else who is here visiting. After that, I do not know how many doors will be on each level. All I can tell you is the most likely path to lead to the next one. In addition, the entire tower is affected by a spell known as Guards and Wards, a powerful permanent version of it. However, because you have signed the contract, I can reveal to you the password that will allow you to pass unabated by these wards. Furthermore, I will grant you all with a true seeing spell. It will last 8 hours and no more. Once I cast it, you have 8 hours to leave Mentiri. Befont will escort you out to the exit, and you must make your way into the tower entryway and up through it within those 8 hours. Befont and I will position ourselves in the entryway. I am certain that once news of the attack has spread throughout Dis, that there will be many devils pouring in the entryway. We will do our best to hold them off, but the longer you take, the more likely it is that you will be pursued from behind. To briefly go over the path I have drawn here, from the exit of Mentiri will lead you to the entryway. Find the arched pathway, what will look like a gate under an arch. It will take you to the trial by fire, a room that once you enter the eyesight of the statues will be completely engulfed in flame. You must find a way to get past the room and go through the largest tunnel, which would likely lead you to the worship chamber. From the worship chamber, there are always 3 rooms, though they change how and where they appear. A room with an altar or a door with an altar in front of it will be your largest challenge, and that will be the method forward. Should one of you read the door to the room of cleansing will not open unless someone reads the passage from the altar. Unfortunately, the passage means you swear an oath of non-violence to Dispater. Specifically, whoever takes that oath, unless you can find another way around it, will not be able to strike Dispater when you confront him. But if you all are swift enough, only one of you should need to make the oath in order for all of you to go through the door swiftly. The other 2 rooms off of the worship chamber will be a room guarded by wards. This leads to one of Titivilus's many treasure chambers hidden throughout the tower. Anything you find, anything of use there, is yours. In addition, there will be a secret room on that chamber, though I do not know how it will manifest. Should you be able to find it, a room with a powerful enchantment spell preventing violence should allow you to rest should you need it. After entering the room of cleansing past the altar, there will be a very powerful anti-magic field that will permanently dispel any buffs you have, any powerful magical energies in which you infuse yourself with will be instantly dissipated permanently. Again, unless you can find a method past it, I recommend saving your most powerful enhancements until after that room. From there, I know you will enter an antechamber, which will be directly outside of Dispater's chamber proper. But I myself have never been past the room of cleansing, so I cannot lead you further than there. Glacia stands up and stretches. Have we finished our discussions? Is there any more questions, or do I get to go kill some more pit fiends?
I think I've exhausted all of my questions.
Let's get on with it.
I think my mouse just died. 1 second.
No!
Ah. Classic. Classic mouse.
Oh, absolutely did just die. I plugged it in. Oh my god, the bad timing. My headset and my mouse are dying at the same time.
Damn.
Oh no!
The devices.
So I'm going to have to swap my cord between them. Sorry about that. All right.
Oops.
There we go. Well, then, I suppose that this is... it. This is a move I have been planning for a long time. And without your assistance, I would not be able to succeed. As loath as you were to sign the contract, Vivexiel, and you notice, Vex, that every other time prior to you signing the document, they referred to you as, they corrected themselves and then said Vex. But since you signed it, they have referred to you solely as Vivexiel.
There is they keep themselves really, to the best of their ability, sort of poker faced, but there's sort of a twinge. It definitely is a case of they definitely feel as though it's weird being called by a name that doesn't belong to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that you were loath to sign, and I do understand why. But I can only hope that in time, you will see that neither of us had any choice. And nonetheless, I thank you for trusting me what little you all have. I suppose without any further questions, then it is time for us to separate and enact our plan. Take your last moments to prepare. Bifont will escort you when you're ready.
Well, I'll be ready then.
Hakka would nod.
Aye.
I believe I am ready as well.
And what are we waiting for?
I don't believe we are. And with that, where we need to go is where we need to go.
Lilith steps out of the way of the door, and it opens as Bifont, the provost to Lilith, opens the door and kind of nods at the group of you and begins to escort you out of the prison of Mentiri, up through the winding hallways, past the roaring Colosseum, past various cells and chambers, past clanking iron chains, and eventually to the wave of heat that washes over you as you re-enter the surface of Dis. I'll bring you to the base of the tower. You're going to want to zoom out of this one. It's a big map.
Yep.
But you will be at the bottom. There's going to be a little circle for y'all, and you can place yourselves in the
Iso
little
map.
circle. Yeah,
Isometric
ISO map.
Pav.
And it should be relatively I will say outside of the this is measured for inside. Outside of the tower, it is a little bit more abstract in sizing, but we'll keep the same. Like, it's going to be a little bit more of like a flavorful moving through. Like, we'll keep the same movement and everything as per like normal movement, but flavor wise, it's happening over a slightly longer period of time as you're like running outside, like through towers and that kind of thing to get to the entrance. And as you all roll initiative for me, and as you all place yourselves wherever you'd like to be within that circle, I'm gonna really quickly go to the bathroom again. I apologize. My body
Roll
betrays
initiative.
me.
Very well. We are rolling initiative. Oh my god.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Holy fuck.
I like how I nat 20 and Xoruk still is fucking faster.
Yo.
Hell,
Same for me.
Ooh.
We fast as fuck, boy.
I feel like I've rolled something similar to this like several times in a row for initiative. Like somewhere in the 12-13 range.
Mhm.
I'm not
Lee?
mad. I just find it very funny that
Fuck.
it keeps happening.
Connor, bump
Not
over
mad, just
here.
disappointed.
Golly. We are just on it today.
Overseer can't see the rolls. But they're right there.
You need to scroll down.
Oh, I see. I think I scrolled up for whatever reason. I forgot.
It's fine. You need to double check. Sometimes you need to check stuff, and
That's
you
true.
forget that it doesn't like auto resumes the scrolling.
Yep, especially if I'm on another tab.
Ah, that does change things. Yes.
Well, as if they're not in another tab, then they would see character sheet stuff and all that other stuff, and
That's
just,
true.
it gets in the way.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. That's why we've got Overseer and Wallfly and shit like that. Watch me click this BRB screen, and then Leah get back
Oh shit.
the second I do.
Ain't that just the way?
This is the way.
Leah, come back.
You can blame it all on
Me.
TheropodArt.
Dispater.
Or that. DistortionDevil.
What are the commissions prices?
Oh god, you have to go through
It'll
hell
cost your
to,
soul.
Yeah, you have to go through hell to get on their list. Hello, furry artist. One human, please.
You motherfucker! I'll find you.
My favorite genre of
I
movies.
return, soaking wet as I spilled water all over myself. Let's go.
Oh my! Welcome back.
That's just a at your desk shower.
Sure. Yeah. You know what? Sure. Hey, yeah. Knock that out of my hand. Of course. Okay. Da-da-da. All right, writing initiative down. Thank you all for your patience with me today. I know I've been a little bit slow getting back in the swing of things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's... All right. Writing initiative down real quick. Sorry.
No problem.
Oh, let me not forget to bring Zaya here.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. Had her in my initiative list, forgot to pull her onto the map. Alrighty. As you all exit the tower, the Provost Biffant sort of nods at the group of you to, like, actually not quite exiting the tower. He would gesture at the exit and give a, "When you leave, I will follow shortly after to engage whatever troops will be following after you. But the moment you head towards that bridge, whatever guards are out there will begin to engage you, so be prepared." Nods at you all, and as you now exit the prison proper, taking your positions, you see on the tower walls kind of, or on the guard walls kind of surrounding the entirety of the outside of the tower, the ones overlooking where you currently are, you would see a number of Cornigons, also known as horned devils, that are seemingly watching in a sort of a guard type manner, and they are positioned up here, all of which seem to have a longbow over one shoulder and a large pitchfork. And right now they're just kind of like looking. There seem to be, like, you know, head on a swivel. They're sort of acting as guards. But as you exit the tower, probably this one and this one kind of look down towards you with, like, curiously. Xoruk, what do you do?
Sorry, a bit disarmed. Are we supposed to kill these people?
What Biffont, the provost, said was that they are simply acting as guards right now, but the moment that you head towards that bridge, they know that you're not supposed to be there and will engage you.
I see.
So it is up to you how you wish to deal with them. You can try to blitz past them, or you can try to kill them to keep them from following you inside. Or whatever other creative options you want.
Xoruk will try to, I suppose, move closest he can towards the wall, kind of towards the center one, in case he has to start climbing up to deal with them. But he'll try to, I guess, do it stealthily.
Okay, yeah, I suppose then. These two, the two over here on the wall, are kind of looking over, like down towards the group of you, kind of curious as the doors to the prison open. Are you going to try to break eye contact? Like, are you going to try to break visual contact with them?
I guess
in any way, or you
walk
just
this direction as though he's not walking towards the bridge, and then try to break line of sight against the wall.
Ooh, yeah, that's very clever. That's very clever. I will have you in that case. Yeah, that's clever enough to roll just the stealth check off that.
$30.
God damn.
30. You begin to kind of understanding what Biffont told you about, like, the moment you head towards the bridge, they will engage you. You begin to walk this way, and these two kind of like looking down at the group, they like look towards each other. And this one over here, I'm gonna 30's enough to. This one over here is gonna keep an eye on the rest of the group, but stops looking at you. And this one over here seems to be less interested and faces the other direction now. Is that are you keeping that with a turn just to hide, or is there any more you'd like to do?
I don't know how much I can do or how far I can necessarily move.
Oh, I understand. My apologies. I treat outside as normal, normal movement. It's a little bit more open to flavor, but yeah, just act as normal outside.
Then he will, I suppose, bonus action dash.
Mm-hmm.
And still being on the ground, so I'll just like kind of in here. And he'll get ready to climb if suddenly the need arises.
Alrighty, you got it. Then moving next based on initiative would be Rot.
Ready. See. Is an action to cast. Just a second.
It's okay. Take your time.
Yeah, I think I have the distance. Are we assuming that things are going to start immediately, or do we want one turn to set up? Because we were told that combat is not going to start until we get close to the bridge. Like, that's basically their trigger. Like, I can start attacking now, or do we want to set up first? That's a question to the party.
I'm leaning towards setup.
Yeah, I think they're not really necessarily wary of us right now, so I think we've got a little bit of time to get into a better position. Xoruk has already done so.
Sounds good to me. So movement, it is. How close to the bridge you'd say you think it's going to trigger the combat phase, Leah? If we have any.
Yeah, I'm not sure you would have too much of an indication. You were just told when you head towards the bridge. I think I would say, you know what, just for the sake of ease, you see this line right here, this like shadow? think when you pass that, that will likely be the trigger.
Fair enough. I am going to put myself here and going to hold action. I want to cast Guardian of Decay when everyone is ready for this turn. Like, that is my trigger.
Got it. You got it. In that case, Hakka.
Because that is
go
going
ahead.
to make a radius of difficult terrain. So if anyone wants to move, do it. Do it now or die.
That makes sense.
Okay. Bonus action. Pull up next to Vex. I will cast Holy Weapon upon the hammer. So currently concentrating on that. I'll just mark a little icon for that. I have a really dumb idea, but I don't know if it's better to ask the group. Can I like yell at them to come down? Like, we want to talk to you.
You can certainly try.
Yeah.
You can always try.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's going to interrupt it with anything that we've got planned so far.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. And if they come down, it's only going to be better for our group to fucking mob them. But
Yeah.
all right. Action cast Thaumaturgy, and I'm gonna yell up at these guys like, oh god, what do I say? We are here on official business on behalf of Disbeta. Come down here immediately.
Persuasion check. I am gonna say with advantage, just because you name drop their boss.
Okay. Persuasion with advantage? Okay. It is a flat roll, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god! Oh, Nat 20!
Not 20, baby.
These two, the ones that are like currently facing away from you, they're both going to kind of like turn towards you, and then this one's also going to turn towards you, and they kind of like
so
they kind of like walk to the edge, like and they do the thing where like one points at the other one and then points at themselves. They both kind of do that. They're like, who are you talking to?
Both of you, we have business on behalf of Disbeta. Do I have to repeat myself?
They look at each other. One of them shrugs, and the other just kind of gives them like a "dude, what the fuck" sort of like expression with the hand, and then they both flap into the air. And on, because this is a little bit out of like combat, they're both going to kind of like, one's going to thud and land here in front of the bridge,
Perfect.
And then the other is going to like thud and land here, kind of near the group.
You fools.
Thank you for coming down here. And yeah,
One of them in Infernal. Why are you talking like that? What do you want?
Oh right, I'll turn the thaumaturgy off anyway, and that'll be my turn.
Kazador.
I can't believe that fucking worked.
We've got all these guys here. Man, oh man, oh man. What could I do in this scenario?
There's a lot.
There is a lot. How big? What size category would you say these devils are?
These are both large fiends. They're Cornagons. They are horned devils. The classic, when you think of a devil, this is what you picture.
Oh,
And there you go.
that is like,
But they are large sized.
that is typical. Jesus.
Okay, I could do this. Oh man. Let me measure this really quick. Just because I think it's about to pop off here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Hakka says anyway, and then
Yeah. Yes. Um.
that shouldn't have worked.
I'm not sure how this is going to work on the isometric map, but I am going to try and cast Synaptic Static. I think I'm going to be catching allies in the middle of it, though.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
You could probably Synaptic Static... Yeah, you could probably Synaptic Static these two without getting allies.
Yeah, I'll do that then. I'll just be like, thank you all for coming.
Amazing.
Yeah, I will cast Synaptic Static on those two. They need to make intelligence saving throw.
This could have been an email.
How this email finds you.
Intelligence saving throws, you said?
Int saves, correct.
What's your DC?
My DC is 20.
Oh.
That's a 19 from one and a 16 from the other.
That's not going to do it. They are both afflicted with Synaptic Static. They're going to be taking 32 points of psychic damage.
Oh,
Owie.
As well, for the duration, for 1 minute, all of their... Wait. Yes, it needs to roll a d6.
alrighty, damn, yeah.
Like, roll, like it subtracts from any roll, right?
Correct.
Yep.
It's like
That's-
Bane.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah.
Like,
Stuff that.
yeah.
You know, like Nya.
Alrighty. Yeah, you watch as both of the one on the bridge, you see just like almost drop to a knee and like reach up and grab their head, like leaning on their pole arm. The one in front of you was just like, what do you... And it's like their eyes roll back a little bit, kind of blood starts coming out of their nose, and they just kind of like, almost like they were electrocuted. They just kind of like stand there twitching for a second.
All right. They subtract a d6 from their attack rolls, ability checks, and constitution saving throws made to maintain concentration on spells.
In that case, any more for your turn?
You know, I'm not sure there's much I can do with my bonus action at the moment, so yes, that will be my, actually, it's
Might want to move a skosh.
You know what? I will unfurl my Draconic Wings as a bonus action.
Already?
Yes.
Oh,
That'll be my bonus
for
action.
that
And
for
I'll
that
just,
wing icon on you.
I'll just hover up into the air. Well, like 15 feet. we'll
Alrighty.
say.
Alrighty. In that case, moving to Vex.
Woohoo!
So the idea here is we're going in for the kill, yeah?
Yeah.
At this point, yeah. We things have popped off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're getting rid of
the
these
one
guys.
the one near you, Vex goes, "Wait, you don't work for Dispater," and like readies the
Yeah.
Biden.
Yeah.
Hakka does the most mischievous, just shrug, just like, "Oh, you got me."
He looks at you. "You're not a devil. I thought you were an Abishai."
I think y'all know what time it is. Bonus action form of dread.
Oh, fuck.
Alrighty.
Let me roll some dice. I got to do the temp HP
Bonus.
Amazing.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic. Then with that, so graciously helping me out here. I am gonna smack it with my hammer.
And then they
Oh, yeah.
smack it with a hammer.
25 to hit.
Let's go.
And it's gonna be the one closest to me. It's this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. 25 hits.
Yeah.
Remember holy weapon.
Yup, I got you. How many dice is that?
I forgot you cast Holy Weapon as a Yep.
Yep. How many dice and of what kind?
Concentration 1 hour.
2d8 radiant.
Amazing. Thank you. So that's going to be 21 plus 11, so 32.
And that's to... Oh my god, they've all taken 32 damage now.
Yeah, that's really funny, actually.
Guess what?
You
Gonna do it again.
Gonna do it again.
Fuck him up.
33
Oh my god.
natural 20.
Oh my
That's a crit.
god.
That's a crit.
Oh no! Fuck these guys! Oh my god!
You're not devils. Well, not quite.
That is not critted. For some weird reason.
Yeah, I don't know why it normally does that. What the fuck?
Normally
yeah,
it does.
Just
I
roll
don't know why it
just
didn't.
roll damage again.
I am scared for our rolls for the rest of
Oh
this tower.
my.
Oh,
Can
honey.
I smite?
Oh, absolutely. You can absolutely smite, but before you do, I'm going to subtract 4 from this because of the way that
Right.
the extra
Yeah,
damage
absolutely.
adds. So that's
Mhm,
12 plus 11 for 23, 25, 30 points of damage. Add before you smite, roll 3d8. Or sorry, 4d8 from the holy weapon. Okay, so that's 30 plus an extra, so 47 plus 32, which is 77 total, which is not quite, but nearly enough to insta-give. So yes, go ahead and add that smite if you want.
Plus another 8.
It would be another. You would need another 1, 2, 3, 4. You need another 4d8 to that because it's 2d8 from a base level, first level smite, add an extra 1 because it's a fiend, and then double because it's a crit. So you need an extra 4d8 on that.
Oh
How about 20?
God.
All right, so that is 77 plus an additional 28 for 97, adding to a total of 105 in 2 attacks. As Vex, how do you just kill this Cornagon?
So I think it's funny, right? There's some force damage in there, yeah.
Yeah.
The first one is like a smack to the face, right? And then in like a whirl, like catch and then immediately like throw, like almost like the motion of like one of those ball machines, like baseball and or dog fetch machines where like you just keep putting the ball in and it keeps shooting out. In that similar kind of spinning motion, catches, spin again, chucks it straight into the side of this thing and it cleaves it in half.
As it cleaves it in half, its body, while still kind of mid-air, begins to like smoke and catch fire, and as it lands, it is just a pile of muck that you kind of hear coming out of as it's like slowly melting into lemures.
Yeah, and I'd like to imagine with all of that lovely radiant damage happening there, it's like glimmering, glowing as it's melting out of existence.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's kind of shimmering with various, with what color light is it? Is it like that holy white or yellow? What color light is your smite?
If it's Hakka's if it's from Hakka.
Oh, it is Hakka. It would be turquoise. Yeah.
I was gonna say if it's coming from Hakka, what does Hakka's magic look like?
So holy weapon just gives a turquoise sort of sheen to a weapon. it's actually rather muted for his magic.
And then
so-
it's gonna be, I think, because this is really pretty in my mind. Because if you add the smite, that's the green that Vex
Ooh.
often uses. So it ends up becoming this really nice, very bright turquoisey green.
Yeah, blue and green kind of mixed
Yeah.
together as it smashes into them, and the other two still reeling, ready themselves. But I think you see the closer one kind of eyes open wide in fear.
I just love the I thought you were an Abishai.
Wait,
God.
you're not. I thought you.
That's my action, bonus action, and I don't feel like moving right now. So
I'm gonna go ahead and say that they don't act on this turn. Surprise turn. Zaya is gonna pull out their big fucking bow, and is going to fire up at the one on top of the tower, so as to get that one who's at a distance, and is gonna fire a couple attacks at them. And they're going to stay in one place so that they can fire twice. That's a hit. And that's a hit. All right, that's two sets of damage.
Golly.
It doesn't want to roll damage. Okay, there we go. And then... Okay, 26, 30, 32, 32!
That's just the number today.
Yeah, apparently, as two large arrows arc towards and pierce through the Cornigon's shoulders, causing them to reel, they slam down the bite and go to pick up a bow themselves, but they still have yet to act. Coming back around to Xoruk, you're up.
Xoruk will move forward and try to stab at the.
You are hidden, technically, from them, so you will have advantage on these, and they have yet to act, so these will all be crits.
Oh no! These
From Hell's Heart.
go.
It's a crit, I guess. 21 hit.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
21 hits.
Say the line, Xoruk. I crit.
I crit.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll do extra
All right.
D6.
I should have saved holy. Well, no, I should have.
That's an hour.
I won't need it.
You're
It's fine. So that is 30 damage on the first swing.
Alrighty.
Second swing. Oh, sorry. It's a crit. So 6 more. 36 damage on the first swing.
Alrighty.
Second swing.
They're still reeling from the synaptic static that they got.
Crit.
That's a natural 18.
Why do you crit when you don't have to? Your hits are already crits.
For 29 points of damage plus
Good.
Another 12.
41 points of damage. How do you literally 2 attacks? You kill
Okay.
this one.
I
have like
just
9
wanna
more
say,
attacks. What the fuck?
I just want to say that second hit is literally nearly max damage.
It is exactly 5 points off of max damage.
It rolled 5s on almost every single damage die. That's insane.
Xoruk, without even how do you kill this guy without even needing to finish your turn? Holy
He kind
fuck.
of grabs their leg, stabs just above their knee to bring them down, quickly raises up one of their arms to kind of spin them around, and then plunges the knife deep above their clavicle, just straight down, and bringing it down with the heavy force, then looking up towards the other individual who's still up high. But that'll be Zor's go.
They collapse onto the ground, a pile of ashes before they even fully hit it. Xoruk, eliminating that threat. Rot. I will allow you not to spend your spell or cast it now right before your turn.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Your
gonna use
choice.
it. No, I'm not. I mean, the trigger was when everyone was done, but since we passed that, no, I'm good not using it.
Yeah, and you won't spend your spell slot.
Mhm.
But it
What
is
to
now your
do?
turn.
Yep. Give me just a second. Then what I'm going to do is check distance. Yeah, more than enough. I want to cast Erupting Earth on the guy over there,
Hell yeah.
which is an explosion on basically that entire platform.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a dex save. You got it.
Mhm.
All right.
The thing is that if they want to go like to get out of it, whoop,
It's an 18. That's just a failure.
it's a failure. 3d12. Let me roll that. For a total of
Oh my
22.
God. 22 points of damage. Hell yeah.
And as a bonus action, well, actually a free action because of my item, I'm casting Shillelagh.
Yeah.
Movement. I have movement, so
Give him the
30
stick.
feet. Let's do it here and here, getting myself on the bridge.
All right, you got it. We're gonna get to Hakka, the one that would like erupting, or what does the erupting earth look like? Does it like is the top of the tower like explode and shard? What does it look like?
You see as Rod starts extends their hand, and their eye goes from this pale green light to a black with a magenta outline. As the same reverse like effect you've seen when they are casting reverse gravity is like manifesting, as suddenly there is an implosion followed by a release, and just the ground explodes upwards.
Hell yeah. As it explodes upwards, shards of the ground begin to pierce through them. They are looking mortal as their like fear is in their eyes. Their wings are starting to spread out, and they look like they're either about to run or throw an alarm or something. They are very much looking to escape, but it is Hakka's turn.
Okay. Ranged options. Could move and hit him with a sacred flame. Yeah, I think I will do that.
You got it. So, dexterity saving throw?
Yep. Gotta beat a 19. Ah, damn it.
That is a 25, unfortunately, on that.
Nothing.
/roll. Yeah, nothing, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, even
With that. The flame erupts around them, and in like a moment of desperation, you see them open their mouth and like expel a ball of flame, and the two of them like literally like almost like a blast struggle as they kind of do a pepper breath back at you, and the sacred flame meets their fire breath and kind of explodes midair. But nonetheless, you have a one or two last turns before they get a chance to escape. As Kazador, it's your turn.
yeah.
All right, let's just ixnay that chance entirely. I believe I have a fly speed of 60 feet.
I believe so.
With these wings, so I will shakalaka doo doo. Yeah, I will just fly up here. Oh, it follows me now. Whoop, whoop. Hello. And I am going to hit this dude with a mind whip. Need him to make another intelligence saving throw.
Alrighty.
I'm going to restore balance on this. because I'm almost
nice.
certain that he's got magical resistance.
I have been rolling with advantage for that reason, correct?
Yeah, let's just nip this in the bud.
You got it. Oh my god.
Woo!
Oh wait, it rolled with advantage there for some reason. Hold on. I'll just flat roll it.
the first roll was still, man.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to re-roll it, but
I will re-roll it because it is the two and it rolls them at the same time and it just kind of does that. So I don't normally like to do it that way, so I am gonna just roll it singularly. 9. That's it.
Damn. All right.
get whipped, idiot.
Correct that whip. All right. He's going to be taking 13 points of psychic damage.
Do you remember the Monty sketch from way back in Icewind Dale, the Kazador Mindsliver experience?
Yes, I do.
It is a very you almost have an echo of that moment where the horned devil wings outstretch and it takes to the air and it looks down at you and you look up at it and describe what happens to its head.
I think as with the synaptic static followed up with the mind whip, it's like a psychic concussion almost. And just as the psychic damage roots itself in this thing's mind, blood starts pouring out of its eyes and its nose and ears, and the top of its head just sort of goes concave, and then it falls forward.
I think we see it like starting to run away as if it's trying to get away from the effect, as like blood is dribbling down onto and like literally evaporating before it hits a surface. And then you watch its head go concave inward, and you all watch it just kind of like like a plane that was just shot down, sort of spiral off into the distance of Dis and crash. As the guards on the outside were dealt with.
Let's move.
Indeed.
Rod nods and follows.
Making our way to the entrance, the door itself heavy, yet you can only imagine why it is unlocked as you think to your co-conspirators. And as the door opens to the first entryway of the chamber, you see a large adult red dragon, sort of head resting on its paws, sort of look up and look in your direction, and cock its head curiously. And that is where we're going to pick up next time.
Oh, shit. All right.
Adult red dragon. Okay.
Next time on Kazador's Guide, we storm the tower.
Yup.
And
Oh, baby.
We try to assassinate an archdevil.
Okay.
Yep. No pressure or anything.
It'll be fine.
I mean,
It'll be fine.
Failure not only spells disaster for the world as we know it, but probably eternal damnation for our souls. So, no pressure.
We'll do fine.
I'm sure nothing insane will happen.
Darky's like, there's a dragon in this dungeon?
What? Are you telling me someone found this path? But folks, thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Kazador's Guide, the return after the Thero vacation arc.
That was a month.
Listen, Japan has the best toilets ever.
I believe you, and I am envious.
Personally, I heart daggers. Really? Because I weak monsters.
Mm-hmm. I lances.
Ooh, yeah, you know what? I should say lances.
I vag a bond.
Ooh, yeah, there you go. Pulling Ray out of the stonework for that one.
Ray's always around here somewhere. I'm expecting their little dragon icon running towards the screen to come in chat at some point.
Yes, at any time.
My play system, it's generic and universal.
I
Oh
don't
no!
don't do this to me, Darrow. We're friends.
Damn, betrayal on the highest level.
Yerp.
Oh yeah, but have you read Cyberpunk? That's a good one,
oh my
Darky.
god! Oh my god!
Stupidest fucking bit.
I'm racking my brain trying to think of these, but thank you all so much for
Wow,
joining
there's a
us.
mother on this ship?
What?
God.
Okay,
Thank you all.
I'm done. Connor,
Thank you
take
all
us
so
out.
much for stopping by, everybody. Let's go around the horn and de-introduce ourselves, starting with TheropodArt.
Hi, hello, it's me, your boy, TheropodArt. Like I said in the beginning, commissions are open. Email me or message me on Discord. I'll draw you something for money. Woohoo! If you liked this D&D stuff, we do the same shit on Tuesdays. Schedules permitting. Yeah, y'all know where to find me. That's me.
Right on, right on. Up next, we've got XanillisGrimm.
Y'all telling me a shadow made this run? Hi, it's me, XanillisGrimm. You can find me over my blue sky at XanillisGrimm, where I post everything I do when I do it. However, I already shilled earlier, so I won't do it again, but allow me to take a moment to just inform you that if no one's told you I love you today, allow me to be the first. I love you very much. Thank you for spending your time with us and for sharing your patience. That's me.
Excellent, excellent. Up next, we've got Tixdixl. Where can they find you? What are you
Hi,
up to?
hello. Being all over the internet at Tixdixl. Sometimes I'm in other people's streams. Like on Sunday, we're gonna be in the Domains of Dread over at Burnout Vaughn's channel. We may or may not be doing something Monday. Not entirely sure. Question mark. But then we'll be right back here on Friday for some more Dragons Full of Dungeons. Wait.
Oh, the fun.
Yeah. I got it right. Totally. But that's me. Thanks for having me here, and thanks for the fun session.
Yeah.
You're telling me a 5th edition?
Yeah, a 5th edition. An
Tell me
edition made this
D&D
5th?
1?
Wow, this mask is next gen.
Flips through pages.
I'm gonna have a stroke.
Scion. Right. Anyway. Yes. Up next.
Hybrid.
Oh. Up next, we've got Citra King.
Hi, hello. And are you telling me a vampire masqueraded this?
I was trying to find a way to whip that one in.
Wow, that must be fate.
Feeling exalted there. Anyway, hi, I'm Cedric. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Cedric King. Everywhere being mainly Blue Sky when it works, and then everything else. Pretty busy at the moment, but looking to hopefully have more stuff to show in the future. Near future, but you never know. So yeah, that is pretty much what I have going on my end.
Yeah. And our wonderful GM for the evening that made us draw steel, it's Leah.
Are you telling me that traitor went rogue? All right, I'm Leah, aka Amusing Thalia. I'm here dungeoning some dragons on Fridays. You can find me masking some new generations on Sundays and Thursdays. Otherwise, playing video games on my channel generally on Mondays. We are, fingers crossed, hopefully, unless people are really tired and or there's something else that comes up, getting back to Nier this Monday, as I'd like to keep trucking through that game with Saris here.
Yeah.
But other than that, I am thankful for being here, and I just want to thank you all for your time. I always appreciate anyone who spends what little time we have on this plane here with us listening to this. I hope you have a great day. And none of us would be here without our only host, Connor DistortionDevil.
That's right. I am the slug who is blasting, and if you weren't watching this,
Connor.
Ooh, that's good. You're gunk blasting all over this.
You really burned that wheel.
Citric! No! I'm putting you in timeout.
You must. I've
That
already won.
Cthulhu.
you'll never see the dark sun again.
Oh.
But yes, if you weren't watching this live on twitch.tv/DistortionDevil, then you're probably watching this on youtube.com/DevilsAndDiceRolls or patreon.com/DevilsAndDiceRolls if you feel like supporting what it is we do over here. We've got campaigns like this, and we've also got some video essay type content that I do myself. Recently released a short about the peasant railgun that is available on the YouTube channel right now, and I'm also working on a video about immersion and how it's not something you do, it's something that happens to you. But I will elaborate in the video. But yes, shortly after this, we'll be playing some Jackbox Party Packs, so stay tuned for those. And yeah. This episode of Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos was brought to you, in part, by Beard Sorcery.
Beard sorcery.
That's right.
Thank you.
Beard the sorcery.
I try to come up with a weirder way to say it every time.
Well, it's a treat every time. Thank you.
But yes, Beard Sorcery. It's been my go-to for my beard care products for a good long while now. I think getting close to a whole year I've been using Beard Sorcery products now. And I've had no complaints. They leave my beard silky smooth, smelling great, and the most important thing of all, my face doesn't itch all the time from having all this scratchy hair near my face. And I know that is a big contributing factor to people wanting to like shave off their entire beards. So if you want to save your beard instead of shave your beard, head on over to Beard Sorcery. Use code DistortionDevil. You can save 10% when you shop online. As well, check out Bones Coffee Company. Bones Coffee has a wide variety of coffee in several different methods of distribution, including pre-ground whole beans, K-cups. They've even got canned cold brew. I can tell you from experience, their coffee is quite delicious. And if you are in the market for some bean soup, head on over to bonescoffee.com. Use code DistortionDevil and you can save 10% when you shop online.
Bing.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and sign on off. We're going to guide the raid over to Razzieberry. Let's go ahead and... Oh god, there's all sorts of blasting happening on the map I just saw. Let's see. Twitch.tv/Razzieberry. Read.
What shall our rage message?
Rage message.
Raid
message.
message.
That's the raid message.
Okay.
Rage message.
I need to learn to enunciate more.
It's all good. Getting tongue-tied and
Just
shit.
use your mouth in other ways.
Okay.
Our raid message is rage message.
Why are you getting on your knees?
Huh? Rubber Soul, what are you doing here? Also, why is that your name? But anyway.
The world may never know.
That's true. Thank you so much, everybody. give Raspberry some love. Take care. Rest well. And as always, have a good bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Fare thee well.
Rage.